Hey guys, so today we're going to take some notes on converting between systems. This seems different, but really everything we've done you can set up with a proportion. So just remember that. Everything we do, we can do by using proportions. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. It's a lot of, the percent change was a lot of dividing kind of. This will be a lot of multiplying. First thing I want you guys to do is look at this top part. We've got the type of measurement, we've got length, weight, capacity, the customary, and then the metric. What I want you guys to do first, ignore that pink line, and we're going to write the abbreviated versions of these, so when you see them down here, you'll know what we're talking about. So for inch, IN, feet, FT, yard will be YD, mile, MI, pound, LB, it's the only one that's kind of weird, LB, ton, capital T, cup, capital C, a pint, PT, quart, QT, gallon, G. So example, convert 36.5 inches to centimeters, round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So since we know 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters, we can use the ratio 2.54 centimeters over 1 inch. So if we were going to set up the other ratio, so we make a proportion with the number that they gave us, we would still have to put our inches on the bottom and centimeters on the top. So we're setting up a proportion and we're cross multiplying, and really we're just going to multiply these two. So we can multiply 36.5 times 2.54, and I'm going to skip ahead. That's going to give us 92.7 centimeters. You may want to use an extra sheet of paper for some of these. Some of these are kind of lengthy. So then the exercise is convert, round to the nearest hundredth. So that's 2 behind the decimal point if necessary. So 2 cups is roughly equal to how many milliliters? So we need to come and look at our sheet up here. 1 cup equals 236.59 milliliters. So keeping that in mind, we can set up our proportion and we'll be multiplying. So if we know that 1 cup is 236.59 and we want to find out how much 2 cups would be, we're multiplying these two together. You could go through and write your equation and you would divide by 1, but kind of unnecessary. You just need to multiply these two numbers. So 236.59 times 2. And again, it's a big number. I'm going to skip ahead, and it's going to give us 473.1 milliliters. Okay, number 2, 4.8 pints is roughly equal to how many milliliters? So let's find pints. So we know 1 pint equals 473.18. Same thing. 473.18 over milliliters over 1 pint. It's going to equal how many milliliters for 4.8 pints? We need to cross multiply. 473.18 times 4.8. Work it out on your paper. Check and see if you get the same answer. You should get 227.1.26. So 2,271.26 milliliters. Number 3, 16 miles is roughly equal to how many kilometers? So let's find miles. So 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers. So here we go. We want to put 1.61 over 1 miles, because it's kind of like unit rate. You always put it over 1. So we need to compare over here. Miles is what we know, so we still want to put that on the same level as our other miles because we're looking for how many kilometers. So 1.61 times 16. You can work that out on your paper or on the tables with a white board marker. And you should get 25.76 kilometers. So when I'm giving you a chance to work these out on your table or on your paper, if you don't get this number, go back and see what happened. Check your numbers and see where you messed up. On number 4, 5 gallons is roughly equal to how many liters? So let's see, 1 gallon is equal to 3.79 liters. So again, I'm going to put 3.79 liters on top of 1 gallon because that's going to equal how many liters? Oh, that looks weird. Over 5 gallons. Cross multiply. That should give you 18.95 liters. Last two, number 5, 4.2 yards is roughly equal to how many meters? So let's look up here. Yards, so 1 yard equals 0.91 meters. So I'm going to set up my meters on top of my yards. So it can equal an unknown amount of meters over 4.2 yards. So we're multiplying 0.19 times 4.2. That should give you 3.82 meters. Last one, number 6, 2 tons is roughly equal to how many kilograms? So let's find tons. We know that 1 ton equals 907.2 kilograms. So I want to put kilograms over my ton so we can figure out how many kilograms are in 2 tons. Just notice when you're doing these proportions, you want to have the same words lined up together. So kilograms on top in this case, tons on the bottom. And we're just multiplying. 907.2 times 2. That'll give you 1,804.4 kilograms. Ooh, sorry, there's one there. When you finish with this page, you guys can go ahead and start on the homework page. You want to use this note page so you have the different conversions here. So you can look at this and you'll know how many cups are in, or how many milliliters are in how many cups. So number 1, I'll go through this one with you on your homework. So 1 cup is equal to 236.59, whoopsies, milliliters. And just like we did on the notes page, 236.59 milliliters over 1. So we want to see how many milliliters are in 4 cups. And we want to multiply. Okay. If you need an extra sheet of paper, you can use some notebook paper that's on my shelf, or if you want to use an Expo marker to solve, to do the multiplication, I don't mind, as long as you have the proportion set up. If I see that you have the proportion set up right and the answer, that's okay. If you want to use the whiteboard as long as my whiteboard markers get put back in the blue bucket. Okay? And that's it. Have a good day, guys.